I linked up Samuel to James Waititi, who's the founder of Mambo Microsystems, which is one of Kenya's top-rated web hosting services, offering a variety of web services solutions such as shared, reseller, dedicated, VPS, and cloud hosting, as well as web design, SSL certifications, and custom application development.
Hi James, I'm Samuel. I run a company called FinaPlus, and I'm happy to meet you. So what has been the key towards your growth, and how have you managed to achieve sustainability?
One of the reasons that have made us sustain this business is by investing back, increasing the number of products and services we've been offering, increasing the market reach. So initially we used to just do Kenya. So these days we advertise all over the world.
So you have different products for different customers. You run Mambo systems and also you have Mambo wallet. How have you managed to structure the business to ensure that every customer gets the best experience?
Business has its own way, has its management structure, and target different customers. Although sometimes you find customers for Mambo Microsystems, also customers in Mambo wallet, but they are run like independently. Although I'm CEO of both companies, each company has its own management structure and independent teams. Yes.
What were your earlier mistakes in business, and what lessons did you learn?
Hiring people who are not qualified, and sometimes somebody comes and they explain their problems. So first you look at the problems instead of their qualifications. Sometimes you used to spend more than you are earning of expansion. A lot of expanding too fast without that expansion being demanded by the business. Yeah, those are some of the key mistakes we used to make when we got started.
So you've told me that your business is global. Basically, you serve customers globally. What has been your experience expanding globally, and how have you managed to do it?
So because most of our services are automated services and are accessed through the web, so you find almost everybody who has access to a browser and internet can use our services. So to go to new markets, we advertise on Google, on YouTube, on Facebook, and so on.
So in your market, you have many competitors coming in, doing similar products. How have you managed to fight them off?
See, the market you go, you look at your customers and their needs. So every now and then you have to keep shaping your product and services to fit your customers. You also have to keep checking what the competitor is offering and their pricing models. So you have to keep adjusting the pricing, adjusting the products, and giving more than you are competing with a very strong competitor. Make sure you give more than the competitor is giving it. Those are some of the things that we have used to sustain and to be able to fight the competition.
Have you had business partners? And if you've had business partners, how have you managed to keep your interactions for the best interest of the business?
We have a partner, or rather two partners in the two different businesses. We keep relationship very professional, although we are friends. But when it comes to business, the relationship is very professional. So when you go to a meeting, you go to the boardroom, what we discuss is documented, and we don't treat each other like, when it comes to business, we don't treat each other as friends. We treat each other as business partners, okay? And to make sure we respect the rights.
Through your experience in business, what has been your key business lessons?
I've learned many lessons in the course of, I've been in this business for more than a decade, so I've learned a number of things. And one of the things I've learned is only hire professional people, not care about whether somebody is a family, is a relative, is recommended by a friend. Second thing, don't expand if the business does not demand. Because sometimes you have money in the bank account and you won't show people you've employed 50 people, 30 people. So only hire when the business demand you hire. And only expand when the business demand you expand. That's one. Another thing I've learned, never try to build your business using loans, especially a very young business. Okay? Because you find the profit you're making sometimes is lesser than the interest, the interest of the bank. So a lot of startups have been killed by by using credit facilities from bank and microfinances. Another thing I've learned is hire very fast. Hire very cautiously, but hire very fast. Because a bad employee, okay? One bad employee will water down the production and the delivery of others. So if one employee who is not delivering, don't think twice. Don't keep that person. A A player cannot work with C player or a B players. Okay? Always make sure if somebody is not productive enough, somebody is, just make sure you remove that person from the team. Okay? Because sometimes you keep people because you're sympathetic of maybe their situation and so on, and they end up watering down the entire team. And sometimes you have very toxic employees. Yeah.
So one of the biggest challenges that we as startups have is having the advisors. Yeah, basically the board of directors or advisors. Do you have such a board, and what have you looked for while forming such a board?
We have a board of we have an advisory board. So the advisory board is comprised of people in our field and people out there. So we look at what does the business need. So you see a technology business, technology is just a number. So you also need people who can help you understand the market, who can help you understand how the government works and how the government can utilize the tools and technologies you have developed. So the advisory board comprises of people from government, from private sector, and so on.
How has your profession contributed towards the success of your business?
First, I want to clarify, I'm not trained engineer, I'm self-taught. I did biotechnology in campus. So a lot of the things I know about IT are self-taught. Okay? And that's the thing, maybe since I was young, I was a business person. My first business was, I used to plant K-apple plants on the milk containers. See, remember we used to have the Nile milk. So there are those packages, kids come with that milk. So we'd collect them from school and go fill them with soil, then put apples, and then I'll sell it to my neighbors. So I think I have been a business person, but of course over the time I have learned many skills, how to communicate with the customer, how to sell, how to convince somebody to buy my product. Okay, so yeah, I think that's how I managed to create product and sell product.
You've been successful in the IT business, yeah? And your experience. Are you looking into investing locally into the local startups that are also venturing into IT?
The other area I'm interested in is automation and the IoT. That's an area I have a lot of passion for. So I'm sure when you come in, you saw down there web service, Mombasa Road, and automation. So that's an area I want to invest as a business and as a person. Okay? Locally, I haven't seen a startup that is interested in the areas like in automation. Like a startup you can need, but if I get a startup that is doing the kind of automation I'm thinking, I think I would invest in it instead of starting a fresh thing altogether.
You run a big organization. What would you describe as your role as the leader of this organization?
My main role here is I'm the vision carrier. My other big role is to motivate my teams and to inspire them and to make them feel and believe the things coming our way or requests that are coming from our clients can be fulfilled. A lot of requests that come in IT, there are things you have never created or they are not created out there. So sometimes the IT teams need to be motivated and to be told this can be done. And no.
In IT, the business is full of waves. Sometimes the cash flows are good or high, sometimes they are not so good. How have you managed to sustain these cash flows, and how do you manage your finances?
I manage my cash flow. Our cash flow is we we have vote head for everything. So, and so we have resources dedicated to salaries, we have resources dedicated to marketing, we have resources, if you see, so in terms of percentage, so we say if this month we get 1 million, this percentage will go to this percentage will go to this percentage will go to this, okay? So, you know, when you have such a structure, you are able to see the complete picture of your financial math equation. So, you know, if you have a 1 million, you know, 100,000 go to this, 200 will go to this, 200, you have 2 million, the same thing, and sticking to those vote heads.
Thank you, James. I'm happy to meet you, and I look forward to linking up.
So thanks so much for having watched the show. Hope you've learned a thing or two from the conversation between myself and Samuel and James about this particular business. If you'd like to give us feedback or like to just be a part of the show, or remember you can always hit us or rather reach in touch with us through our social media handles which are running below the screen. If you're an entrepreneur in Mombasa, Eldoret or Kisumu, should be coming to your counties very soon, you can always get in touch with us. Let us know which particular business you're doing. My name is Ian Dennis and this has been The Business Coach, where we help entrepreneurs better their businesses.